A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart.
You're a slut. What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of the Sharp Reality. You can find me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharp. You can also contact me through my website, DonovanSharp.com. Just click on the Contact tab in the upper right-hand corner of my homepage. There you can submit your questions, your comments, any show ideas you have, or personal stories you'd like to share with me. You can find all episodes of TSR right here on YouTube. You can also find them on SoundCloud as well as iTunes. Be sure, guys, to bookmark the Amazon link in the sidebar of my homepage and do all your Amazon shopping through that link, because by doing so, you'll be supporting the show at no cost to you, and as always, you can leave a little something in the tip jar on the bottom of the page. Guys, make sure you sign up for my weekly newsletter on DonovanSharp.com. That is located just above the Amazon affiliate link. Again, we will never sell or give away your information to anyone for any reason, and I say this all the time, we're definitely not going to blow up your inbox with a bunch of spam. Most of us have experienced that out of the blue text message from an ex-girlfriend or an ex-fuck buddy. And it happens at the most random times. You'll be at the gym, you'll be on your bike, you'll be at the store, you'll be out on a meetup, you'll be meeting with friends, whatever the case may be, at all hours of the day and night. Few of us haven't experienced that random text from your ex. Your phone buzzes, or your phone, your phone's text tone, you hear your phone, you pick it up, and you see something like, "I miss you," or "What are you up to?" or "What are you doing?" or something to that effect. Obviously, that text message is designed to start dialogue between the two of you. Now, our ex-girlfriends or our exes, they reach out to us at random for many, many, many reasons. And that's what this episode is going to be about. And again, this is just based on my personal experience. And I've heard some things from, my friends, some of my acquaintances. They'll tell me, "Hey, my ex-girlfriend hit me the other day, and she wants to get together for a hookup." Well, I think what most men fail to understand, and this is red pill or otherwise, is that yes, if your ex-girlfriend texts you out of the blue, yeah, sex is probably right around the corner, but not so fast. When an ex-girlfriend or an ex-fuck buddy of yours reaches out to you out of the blue at random after a few months have gone by since the two of you last saw each other, there are many, many, many reasons. Yes, a lot of them do have to do with sex, but girls are they're not really complex in that regard, but there are a few things that they do that seem very simple on its face, but there are many, many reasons behind what they do. So let's go ahead and get to, let's see, how many do I have here? Let's go ahead and get to the top 7 reasons, in my experience, based on things that I've heard and things that I've seen, that our ex-girlfriends or ex-fuck buddies or exes reach out to us. Number 1, she's horny. Okay? The average female, as we all know, has a lower sex drive than the average male. But there are times of the month where all they think about is getting fucked stupid. Those times are when they are ovulating. When a woman is ovulating, she wants nothing but cock in her holes. This is all she thinks about. And a pro tip, I've said this before, get a cycle calendar for all of your women. If you have 1 woman, 2 women, 5 women, get a cycle calendar. A cycle calendar is a fertility calendar. You can, there's all sorts of free apps where you can keep track of your woman or your women's cycles. That way, if it's that time of the month, if you know she's ovulating, if you know she's PMSing, you'll know how to deal with her or deal with them. This is something I've done for years, and it has always served me well. Anyway, when I look at the cycle calendar, or when the cycle calendar of your ex is in the ovulation period, she is horny. Okay, she wants to be fucked 6 ways from Sunday, and she has thought of you, obviously because you used to fuck her good. Whatever the case may be, she needs dick in the worst way because again, she remembers how you used to ravage her at all hours of the night, and she's looking to get that fill of cock that you faithfully delivered to her when the two of you were together. If you were ever with a woman and you guys had great sex, and for whatever reason you guys go your separate ways, you cheat on her, she cheats on you, you guys split up, you can bet your bottom dollar that at some point down the line in the not too distant future, at some point, she is going to reach out to you for a one-time hookup or two or three. You can bet on that. Number two, the number two reason that your ex texts you out of the blue is that her pipeline is dry. Okay, in other words, the men that she has on her carousel for whatever reason aren't available. If ugly women, guys, if ugly women can have a stable of cocks at the ready, then then good-looking girls have an entire farm of them. I mean, even decent-looking women have men into the double digits in their phone that they can get a quickie in at a moment's notice in, two or three texts or less. But every once in a while, it doesn't happen often, guys, but every once in a while, a woman's pipeline dries up. Maybe the guy she fucks the most is out of town. And maybe her backup, her number two, is with his girlfriend that weekend. And maybe guy number three isn't returning her texts. Anytime a woman's access to regular dick is impeded for some reason or another, they often reach out to their exes to sort of bridge or stymie any gaps in her carousel writing habits. So again, she's using you to bridge that gap. Her pipeline is dry. All of her fuck buddies, all of the horses on her carousel are occupied for one reason or another, and she needs that dick. And that's where you come in. Her pipeline is dry, so she's using you as a stopgap. Number three, she realizes that she is fucked up and that she wants you back. Now, again, I want to preface this particular one by saying this. When your ex texts you out of the blue, if she is the one that left you, okay? Let's say your girlfriend decides, "Hey, it's time for us to take a break, or I want to break up." Okay, now listen, standard operating game procedure says, okay, she's been fucking somebody behind my back. There's no way I'm ever going to know. Fine, let her go. If a woman who breaks up with you texts you back in a few months, it is likely not to get back together with you, all right? If you dump her and she still texts you back, which means you fucked her good and she felt good when she was with you, she might be making a play to get you back. But if a woman ends the relationship and she's the one that reaches out to you, chances are she probably doesn't want to get back with you. That being said, there are exceptions to the rule, and that's why I've put this as number 3 on my list. So you're dating a girl and she cheats on you, she leaves you, I found another guy, whatever. And they'll never tell you these things, but they'll say it's time for us to take a break. You can bet the farm that she's going to be up under somebody that night or the night before. That's just how it is. Well, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, but about half the time it usually is, okay? Your girlfriend, like I said, she decided she wanted to upgrade, so she basically just left you for another dude. The problem is, and this happens a lot, her new guy isn't who she thought he was, all right? She begins to realize that things with you were much more fun and exciting with you. Not only that, as far as fucking the new guy is concerned, things were much more fun and exciting when she was fucking him behind your back, okay? When you're and it's funny, it works both ways. When a man is cheating on his wife or his girlfriend, yeah, the sex is exciting, it's taboo, we're not supposed to be doing this, and that kind of adds to the allure. Well, same with women. Women who have affairs, the sex and the get-togethers are always more exciting because there's more risk involved. But now that your ex-girlfriend is exclusive with him and she spends more time with him, she kind of sees who he really is and realizes that she doesn't like him as much as she thought she did. It's like when we were all underage, we used to drink, right? We used to, fake IDs or, get our 21-year-old friends to buy us alcohol and we drink the night away. But when we turned 21 and we were able to walk into a store and legally buy alcohol, it wasn't as much fun anymore. That particular scenario, that's along the same line as this. So when she realizes her mistake, what she will do is she will reach out to you in an attempt to branch swing back to you and make things right. When a woman realizes she made a mistake by leaving you, and she doesn't like the other guy as much, she's not just going to dump him and get back with you. No, she's going to do him exactly like she did you. That is, make sure that she securely has you, the new branch, firmly in her grip before letting go of the other branch. That's how this works. Number 4. The number 4 reason your ex texts you out of the blue, she wants to cheat. Most of us here know that most of the time when a woman cheats on you, it's with her ex. This happens especially with women who have children with other men. If you're dating a single mom and you find out she cheats, a lot of the time she's cheating with the baby daddy. This has happened to me. Listen, back in my beta blue pill days, this happened to me several times, and I've done podcasts on those particular situations. But if you're that ex that she is cheating with, or if you're that ex that used to fuck her brains out, make her squirt all over the place, what she'll do is she'll hit you up when she's ready to step out on her man. Now, similar to what I said in number 3, she realizes she doesn't like her new guy as much as she liked you. But because maybe he buys her things, maybe he's financially stable, maybe he drives a really nice car, she wants to keep him around for a while. So what she's trying to do with you and him is achieve the alpha fucks beta bucks, the dualistic sexual imperative that women exercise on the regular here in 2017. So she wants the financial security, but she always needs the side dick to satisfy both sides of hypergamy. So don't be surprised if she calls or texts you for a quick fuck, but after you guys fuck and you think, oh man, maybe we're going to get together, she'll tell you, no, I'm not leaving Steve. Like, this is just a one-time thing, or we're just fucking on the side. Like, I'm not leaving my boyfriend or my husband for you. And I'll give you a quick story. Back when I was down in Vegas, I dated this chick. It was sort of a summer romance. And I liked her a lot. I had a really good time with her. The sex was great. I think I met her at a get-together at a mutual... I think I went to a get-together at a mutual friend's house, and I saw there escalated. We started fucking. And the thing was we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were definitely more than fuck buddies. So, and the reason I say that is because we called and texted each other all the time. We spent a lot of time together. We'd probably spend 3 or 4 days out of the week together. I'd stay at her place, she'd stay at my place, and dude, we'd take trips. Like, we drove to Lake Tahoe a couple of times. We flew out to Los Angeles. We even spent a weekend in Santa Monica. Like, I had a really good time with this girl. I mean, she was pleasant to be around. She took great care of me. Like I said, the sex was good. I think she was 30 or 31 at the time, so she was definitely a little older than the women that I usually hit on, but she was far more attractive than the average 30, 31-year-old woman. Well, anyway, toward the end of the summer, I went ahead and ended things with her, and it was completely amicable. I did it face to face. I said, "Hey, look, it's the end of the summer. You're getting ready to go back to school." I think she was in school to do I think she was in IT school or something like that, and she wanted to get. I forget what it was, but it had something to do with computers, and so she was going to be spending a lot more time at school, studying, etc., etc. And I was looking to move on with my life. It was fun. The relationship had run its course. No muss, no fuss, no harm, no foul. She was totally cool with it. We had one last fuck for the road, and then that was that. Well, a few months later, I would say this is probably October, maybe November, she hits me up, and she's like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And I'm like, "Oh, what are you up to?" Now, again, she was a little different, at least... or so I thought, than most girls that I had fucked around with in Vegas. So I didn't just ignore her or just give her the short answers. I told her, well, yeah. I said, I was honest with her. I said, yeah, I'm doing I'm starting to dabble in real estate a little bit, starting to invest in some real estate here, just on a small level. Told her that I was thinking about doing some writing. This was actually a few months before I started writing for Return of Kings, when I was sort of getting everything together for that, and just telling her what I was doing with my life. So we texted back and forth for a little longer, and she says, "Hey, let's meet up for drinks." So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, obviously we're gonna fuck. So we met up for drinks, and we fucked. She goes home, everything is cool. A couple days later, we meet up again, we fuck again. Well, we were gonna meet up, I think it was either a Friday or a Saturday night, and she texts me, she says, "Look, I can't make it tonight." And no problem. That's, fine with me. I mean, I was fucking somebody else at the time. No, no sweat. And so I said, fine, no problem. And then she texts me, she's like, well, don't you want to know why? I said, it doesn't really matter why. If you say you can't make it, you can't make it. We'll just do it another time. Then she says to me, she says, well, no, this is going to have to end. I said, okay, no problem. She says, yeah, I kind of sort of have a boyfriend, and he was acting stupid or something, or they had gotten into a fight, and she wanted to get revenge on him. Like, this is exactly what happened. So, and there was nothing explosive or different about the situation, but again, like, I had fucked this girl all summer long. She hooked up with somebody I presumably she met at school. He wasn't who he thought she was, and she decided to hook up with me a couple of times for a quick couple of flings. No big deal. So when your ex texts you out of the blue, a lot of times it's because she wants to cheat on her current boyfriend, but she has no intention on leaving him. Alpha fucks. Listen, you want to be the alpha fucks, not the beta bucks. Number 5. She got dumped and needs validation. This is a big one. Women have extraordinarily fragile egos, and nothing bruises their egos more than being dumped, okay? When a man rejects her for whatever reason, I mean, sometimes women will fall into depression. They'll alienate themselves, especially after a long relationship. A breakup for a woman really consumes every part of her life, especially if she really cared for and maybe even loved the guy. Well, at some point, she will get so desperate for that validation that keeps her fueled, she will fuck anyone and everyone to prove to herself and others, of course, that she is still desirable. Hooking up with old boyfriends, as we all know, it's one of the many ways that females do this to keep from falling into a deeper depression, because nobody wants me anymore. And so when you get that, hey, want to hang out text from her, this is likely one of the reasons why. She's just been dumped, or she just hooked up with a guy, she thought it was going somewhere, and he made it clear to her that she was just a hole for him to stick his dick in, and she needs validation. She has a confidence problem, and she is using you to get that validation. And if that's the case, if you figure out this is why, you need to understand, you're going to fuck her once, maybe twice, but after that, she'll be back on the carousel because she has her confidence back. Number 6. She is shit testing you. A woman's radar for male attention, male validation, is always on. Whether they know it or not, it is always running in the background. It's so funny. And this doesn't mean that women are good or bad. This is just how they're programmed. Even when they're happily married or in a great relationship, they are always on the lookout for the next dude to branch swing to in case things go south with their current man or current boyfriend, current husband. So when your ex reaches out to you, okay, what she'll do is she'll make conversation. She'll bring up the good old days. She'll be otherwise pleasant in an attempt to sort of make you go in for the kill and suggest that the two of you hang out. Now, she has no intention of hooking up with you again. But if you refrain from suggesting a meetup, you will have passed a shit test, which will make you more attractive to her. So if your ex reaches out to you and you know she's married and you know she has a boyfriend and you don't take the bait and say, hey, we should hang out sometime, well, she's going to reject you and give her that validation that I talked about in number 5. Women do this all the time. Was he attractive as I thought he was? He knows I'm happily married. He knows I have a boyfriend. Let me throw out some of that beta chum and see if he takes the bait. If you don't take the bait, you then become much more attractive to her. And when she's really to step out on her man, and when she's really ready to step out on her man, there's going to be no small talk. She'll be like, yo, drinks at XYZ bar at 7 o'clock, my husband's out of town, and then you can fuck her in the ass, and that'll be that. When a woman sees that you are not desperate to get back with her, or not desperate to hook up with her, it tells her in no uncertain terms that you're fucking other women, okay? You're living your life, you're going about your business, and you're kicking life's ass. Rushing to impress her and trying to meet up for drinks when she contacts you, that's failing a shit test, at which point she'll move to the next guy in her phone. as a backup plan in the event that her relationship goes awry. So she has, listen, women have 50 ex-boyfriends. You think you're the only ex she's contacted that day? You think you're the only ex-boyfriend that she said, "Hey, what are you up to? Hey, I miss you. Hey, what are you doing?" Nah, you are one of many. You need to, and again, I'm not saying not to take the bait because you want an opportunity to fuck her. Don't take the bait because you are not going to fuck her and you're going to show her, bitch, you made a fucking mistake. Like, I got better shit to do than to chase after old pussy. You've been ran through by a bunch of dudes since you've been with me. I'm not fucking you. Number 7, the last of my top 7 reasons as to why your ex will text you out of the blue is she wants to keep you on ice. In other words, she wants to keep you on the back burner. So let's go back to your ex who got with the new boyfriend, and she realized that at some point she realizes very quickly she's not going to stay with him for too much longer, but again, she wants to stick around long enough to benefit from his money, his car, his posh lifestyle, or what have you. When she calls or texts you out of the blue, she is gauging your interest in her, despite being in a relationship that she likely started before she ended things with you, right? Like, we all know this. If your girlfriend says, "Hey, we need to break up," or "Hey, I think we need to start seeing other people," she's getting fucked by somebody. Like, we all know this. This is what happens. If you show her that you would entertain thoughts of getting back with her, she might stay in contact with you in order to keep you on ice. Now, this is very similar to number 6, because remember, number 6 I said, hey, look, don't suggest a meetup, okay? But by the same token, what I'm saying here in number 7 is don't completely shut her down. Don't tell her, yeah, I'd get back with you in a second, but keep the lines of communication open, but don't give her that validation. If you want to, don't ever compliment her, "Oh, you were so beautiful," or I loved it when you sucked my dick, and I love fucking you. No, just keep it light. Be like, yeah, we had a great time together. Yeah, we had some good times. Yeah, we always had fun together. At this point, like I said, she'll stay in contact with you and keep you on ice and keep you on the back burner because she knows that you have favorable thoughts about her. Again, guys, women always have a backup plan in place, and she will not hesitate to use you, her ex, as the backup plan. And a pro tip, as sort of a supplement to number 7, if she really is keeping you on ice and then she breaks up with her boyfriend to get back with you, guess what? You put her in the side chick category. Never remarry or never get back with a girl that you have dated exclusively ever for whatever reason. I don't care if you dumped her. I don't care if she dumped you. Once you're done with her, you are done with her. If you want to fuck her every once in a while, cool. If you want to use her as a side chick, cool. But never, ever, ever make a former main chick your main chick again. Never ever do that. That is, I might do a podcast on that as to why you should never make a woman your main chick twice in your lifetime. In the end, guys, your ex making contact with you after a significant amount of time has gone by, it likely isn't because she likes you and wants to rekindle that flame. Yes, I said in number 3 that she might want you back, but any man with red pill awareness knows that just because an ex-girlfriend wants you back doesn't necessarily mean that she likes you, all right? Women need to be in a relationship with, or at least casually fucking a man regularly. A woman who doesn't have a boyfriend or a husband or isn't in a relationship, she's fucking at least 2 guys. Women want to be kept, and it doesn't matter the status of the men who are fucking her. Whether if it's her husband, boyfriend, fuck buddy, whatever, she needs to be fucked. She needs to be desired by men constantly. This makes her feel wanted and validated, and like I said before, the status of the guy she's fucking is of little consequence, so long as he or they are sticking their dicks in her regularly. Guys, do yourself a favor when your ex texts you and keep all of these things in mind. You guys have to understand there's way too much pussy out there to be going back to your ex at this point who's probably been fucked by dudes into the double digits since you split. Listen, again, as a red pill, as a 5%er, I guess I'll call it. As a 5%er, you've got much better shit to do than to entertain thoughts of getting back with your slut of an ex-girlfriend. That does it for this edition of The Sharp Reality. Again, guys, make sure you visit DonovanSharp.com anytime for previous episodes. Sign up for my weekly newsletter, and of course, bookmark that Amazon link in the sidebar of my homepage. Follow me on Twitter, @Donovan_Sharp, and we'll talk to you guys next time.